Well, this is a huge treat for us. We want to welcome back to our studio two influential creatives, Grammy Award-winner and Gaillard artist in residence Emeritus Charlton Singleton and Charleston's Poet Laureate Marcus Amaker, with more details about the ongoing series Raising the Volume. I want to thank you both so much for being here. I mean, it's almost overload for me. I mean, it's great to have two such very creative and talented people on our stage. But Charlton, this particular program at the Gaillard, which that's where you set the stage for these really profound discussions.
Correct.
What are some of the issues that you cover while you're on that stage?
Well, we talk about race. We talk about the arts, music, being the music lovers that we are. But the biggest thing about the series has been with the guests that we have had and the episodes that have been released so far. There's a lot of information I think that we both feel that just a lot of folks in the Lowcountry probably aren't privy to. And so thus, quote, raising the volume so that people will know, about the many programs that these cornerstones in our community, whether they're older folks or whether they're younger folks, but they are movers and shakers in our community, and they are doing things that need to be known, or at least we feel that they should be heard and known, and these people should be seen and celebrated for the work that they have done or currently doing.
Most definitely. And talking about episodes, 22 of them thus far.
Yes.
Only.
Is there any subject that's off limits?
Honestly, no. I think that we are very, very aware that this is an open space and a safe space for people to talk about whatever they want to. I think that we definitely went into it thinking that it was going to be, really, really heavy topics, and we're going to talk about race a lot. But I just kind of see where the conversation goes. I'm really interested in somebody's story. Like, I used to work at the paper, so those sort of old school roots are coming through when I interview folks. So yeah, I mean, I just always let them know this is a safe space to talk about whatever they want to. And what's kind of sad is that a lot of traumatic things have happened to a lot of us, and we can talk about those things, but it's not like we focus on that. It's just an honest, open talk.
Yeah. And when you say that it's an open talk and really nothing is off the table, I would be remiss, and I don't like beating dead horses, but I would be remiss if I didn't bring up what happened at the Oscars. As performers, right?
What happened at the Oscars?
Exactly right. What happened at the Oscars? But really, I mean, when you're talking about
Questlove won.
Oh, sweet.
Nice. Yes, exactly. But when you talk about, being free to be irreverent, being free to kind of go there, that what is that fine line if we're all supposed to be open to receiving, open to giving, where is that fine line drawn?
I don't know if you kind of go into, or at least for me personally, I don't necessarily look for the line to step over or stay away from. Like Marcus said, our episodes so far have really just been casual conversations, and part of the conversation into these the folks that we've been talking to and chatting with and interviewing, if you want to say interview, because it's more like a talk or just a chat. But that sort of leads the episode. And while we may know a piece of their story, I can guarantee you, and I think I can speak for Marcus when I say that, there's always something that comes out, even that I don't know about this particular person, good or bad. And we've sort of run the gamut, so far. Like in this new batch of episodes, I'm talking with Lonnie Hamilton III. Now, Lonnie has been a cornerstone of this community for teen years. He is still very sharp as a tack at the ripe age of 94. Wow. And just listening to him talk about how he got into the political scene around town, and some of the things that he had to endure, you know, were things that I didn't know. But they have made a tremendous difference on a number of people's lives, whether they were black people, white people, just any person of color, just all of these things. So not necessarily, looking for the line or whatever have you, but because we have a free space for them to express themselves, if they want to take the line and move it towards wherever they want to go with it, that's fine with us.
You have created that safe space for people to have conversations, open conversations. How do you create that safe space in the rest of the world that, even though we may be hearing things that are not pleasant, that we don't like, to react with an open heart, to react with self-control, to react with, creativity. So, and being a poet, that your vessel is through words.
Yeah, I just always, I made it a point a while back to not necessarily worry about the people that might be offended or something by anything that I say through my work, So, and if somebody doesn't like something, then it wasn't for them, so they can easily change the channel or things like that. So I just think that when you're with a community of really cool people, whoever it is, if you realize that you are in this space together and we care about each other, then I just think natural good conversation flows from that, and hopefully it leads into action as well. And action, in my mind, which is good, is inspiring young, scholars to do their part as well. Because that's the really great part about this show, is that the Gaillard Center, they transform each episode into a lesson plan for students. So, and not even knowing what we are going to talk about, there's always something there that a young scholar can take and hopefully inspire them to do work. So for me, it's less about what might be offensive or whatever, because that doesn't even happen in that space.
Sure,
it's more about pushing things forward and inspiring people.
But you're the example of having conversations, to have discussions with someone, to hear their story, to be a landing place for that story. Yeah. And where can people catch these wonderful talks? You got 5 right now. They're going to be releasing. Those are the 22 you already have.
Correct. Those are the newer ones. You can always go to the Gaillard Center website, and you can find it there, or there's which will basically take you to YouTube.
Yes.
So
raising the volume.
Raising the volume, absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both so much for joining us.
Yeah,
it's always
welcome.
a pleasure. Appreciate it. And be sure you check this out. 5 more episodes to come, and you're going to keep doing them.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Please don't stop.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Please don't stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're back after this.